Okay, so this is part 3 of our video training videos that we're working on. This one's called TextFL. I'm going to show you how to use the graphics that are built in, the graphic templates that are built into Premiere Pro, as well as just how to add text yourself. Okay, so there's 3 parts to what I want to show you. There's the introduction to your video, an intro. There's captions, which you could put over video clips or over photos. And then there's credits at the end. All right, so I'm going to open up Premiere Pro. And I'm going back to our video training project, okay? And you should have, at this point, a green FL and a speed FL sequence. So now we're going to add another sequence. You don't have to make any new videos for this one. We're just going to use what you've already got in here, in your imported video area. It's less about the video, more about how to do the graphics, the text. All right, so we do need to create a new sequence, a new timeline, so we can do this third video. So I'm going to go up here to File, New Sequence. Okay, make sure we're doing the ARRI 1080p 30, right? That's giving us a frame size of 1920 by 1080 pixels. And we want to call this guy TextFL. Okay, and click OK. So now we have our TextFL timeline. I'm going to click back over here to the Project tab so I can get back to my videos. The first thing we need is a title, and there are some built-in templates for that. So I'm going to go up here to Graphics right here and give it a moment to change the workspace to show the graphics panels. Yours will probably go faster than mine. Mine's slow. Here it comes. Almost there. All right, so make sure you have Essential Graphics here, and it says Browse, yeah? And it's got the templates right here. All right, so they're alphabetical based on their name, so they're not like organized by all the credits in one place, all the titles in one place, and so you got to just kind of scroll down this list of different templates and find what you want to use. I want to show you first this film title. You don't have to use the examples I give you, but I want it to still appear like a title, okay? As far as the positioning of it. In other words, I want you to show me that you can use these templates, all right, for the appropriate things you need them for. So I'm going to start with this one. I'm just going to go with film title. And so I'm just going to drag it into my timeline right on video 1. There's no audio, so it's just going to be by itself. It's on the smaller size here, so you know me, I like to zoom into the timeline and give it a little bit of space. This video will be short, so I think showing about a minute or so right about here is good. All right, so what I want to do is I want to put the scrubber, you click play, kind of see what it's going to do. It's kind of cool, right? In order to change the text, you need to see it. So you got to put the scrubber, not at the beginning because you can't see the spots for the text yet, but right about here, I get both. So if I double click on it, I can set the title. Okay, so I'll put TextFL. You're going to use a similar title or come up with your own, it's fine. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to change this to video training. Right, like that. If I can spell it right. And then I'm going to come down here and click and select to delete and put TextFL, like so. Okay, so that's how you change the text in the template. So now if I put the scrubber back to the beginning, click play, I like this one. You see me use this. I actually use it as ending credits for our West Campus stories. We're going to do something different for our credits at the end. All right, so there's the title. Now I need a photo, and I also need a video clip of some sort, right? So I might put, let me go back to editing. Let me jump to the editing tab now, so I can edit the piece I want. I really like when Clara does the chunky cheese thing, so I'm gonna put my mark my in there. Okay, and then mark my out there, and I'm gonna toss that. I'm gonna bring that in here. Okay, so there's one little clip, and then I might have another clip here, which is the "Well, I'm waiting."
Well, we're waiting.
Right. And it probably still has the in and the out, so you could like maybe bring that one in. Okay. So, and then if there's a photo too, would be good. Oh, what do we got to do here? Look, it's not fitting because it came out of Photo Booth. So I'm going to right click and scale to frame size. Anything that comes out of Photo Booth. I said there'd be we could use a photo. I can go and grab a photo. I think I have some photos handy somewhere. Let me go. Well, you know what? You don't have to use a photo. Let's just keep this simple with the stuff that we've got. So we're going to put captions over these two clips. So this one is the green FL, right? And this one is speed FL. So I'll use that for captions. So I'm going to go back to graphics. Back to the graphics. And now I'm going to look up and find some captions to make use of. I'm going to try to hurry this up a bit. Okay, so look for captions where it says captions. And I'm going to scroll down. Like there's this bold image caption here. So maybe I'll make use of this one. There's also lower thirds. Usually we use lower thirds for captions. That's a lower third of the frame. So you can see whenever it says lower thirds, you'll see it's always in the bottom third, right? And if that's where you want to put it, like down here, here's a bunch of lower third. So I like this one here, this film lower third right, and it's a two-liner. I think I could also use this single liner here. All right, so there's some other cool stuff here too. Huh? Oh, there's our film title. All right, so I can use any of these. I think I'll use this film web caption. I'm just going to click, hold, and drag it over the top of my clip. The default width is 5 seconds, so I only want this to show during the video clip. So I'm going to move my scrubber to there and trim that a little bit so it only shows. All right, let's play it and see what it looks like. Okay. There's other ones that, kind of fade in and fade out at the end, maybe better choices. So go through those and look for them, anything that says caption. But they all work the same. So I'm going to put the scrubber in the middle of it, and I'm going to double click on it to select it all and delete it. And I'm going to put green FL. And you can see the green FL is white text. The colors are over here. So I can play around with that. You got to highlight it though. And I think just putting a stroke on it. Of course, the stroke probably should contrast white. So I'm going to click on the white stroke and change it to maybe a maroon. And click OK. And then when I click out, you can see it's a little bit easier to read. Okay. But that would be a caption. That would be making use of a caption. So now when I play it, I've got the caption there. Now on this one, I'll try a different one. So I'm going to click back over here to Browse, because it goes to Edit when you go to edit these. I'm going to go to Browse, and I'm going to find another one here that's captioned. Oh, so you check out this bold coming up. Let's see what that one does. So I'm going to place that here. Trim that to the end. Let's see what that one does.
Well,
okay.
We're waiting.
So this one pops up on the top. This might have been a better one for the green screen. There was nothing else. All right. Same thing. I'm going to double click on it, and I'm going to change the text, and I'm going to call this Speed FL. Right. And you're doing your own thing. I'm just doing this for mine. Your clips and your caption text and your title text and your ending. That's all you. You decide what you want to type. All right. I'm going to put that in there, and now that one's done.
Well, we're waiting.
It's almost kind of hard to see. It might even get mixed or lost. Let's see if I click on it. Yeah, I sure can. I can make it a little bigger with using the selection tool over here. All right. The last thing would be ending credits. So I'm going to put my scrubber to the end, right about there. And I'm going to get out of graphics again, go back to editing. I'm going back to graphics. So I'm going to, in a moment, I'm going to go to the type tool. And I'm just going to come up here, and I'm going to put a text box there. Okay, you can see it made it as a graphic there. And I'm going to put the end, and then I'm going to hit enter a couple of times. I might put credit, made by Mr. Jaffe or something like that. Thanks to everyone. Whatever you're going to put, or you can put the talent in there. So I could put the names of the students, or whatever I want. Text line. Right? I like to double space. It's just me. All right. So now I'm going to click on selection tool, click on it. I'm going to go to the graphics again. We're almost done. Almost there. I'm going to go to graphics. And this is the traditional rolling graphics that you're used to seeing when you see the end of a movie or the end of a TV show or something. Now I've got it selected. I'm going to click over here on Edit. Okay, I'm going to click on Edit. And it shows me all the text that I've got here. What I want to do is click below it to deselect the text. Okay, I needed to select it to get to this point, but now I'm going to click down here, right down here to deselect, and it pops up these options here. And one of them says to roll it. So I'm going to click roll. And now all of a sudden disappeared. Because by default, with the roll, it's going to start off screen and end off screen. And you can see this scrubber here, or sorry, this bar here. I can manually scroll it, or I could just play it. Because I got my, and I want to make sure I scoot this guy all the way up to the beginning there, to the left edge. And there they roll. Pretty cool. Okay. Whatever the width. You want to slow the roll down, go to the end of this and make it wider. And then it goes slower. You want to speed it up, click on it and make it smaller. And it'll go quicker. So you could just, by the footprint on the timeline, you could control the speed. There's speed and duration you can use too, but this is more fun. One more thing. The text is, I'd like to align it, center it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up here, and I'm clicking back on the text. That's that second box that I drew. Did you guys notice that? That's just blank. I could delete that. I can just hit delete because there was nothing there. Anyways, click on this text, and now I can come down here and I can align the text to the center. This thing right here will align it horizontally to the center of the frame. in case I drew my, when I drew my paragraph box, my text box, I wasn't exactly in the same spot. So that helps you. Also, you could jump it to the left or jump it to the right or center it, right? You could change the colors here. You can do all kinds of things. Change the size of the font, add strokes, whatever you need, whatever you think you need. All right? Otherwise, this is pretty much it. So keep the video short, and you've demonstrated a title, a couple of captions, and ending credits that roll. Make sure they roll. Okay, that's what this is about. Okay, good job. So do a Command S to save, and now we're gonna go click on the timeline. Make sure that's what we're exporting, and file, export media. And we want to make sure it's H.264, and then click on the output link and make sure we know where it's going. And I'm going to click this drop down, and I'm just going to put it right in the video training folder. Okay, so just know where your stuff's exporting to. A lot of students will export and then they'll say, I can't find it. Well, that's because they didn't look to see where it's going to go. And that's why I suggest you always click on that output name blue link. Then click save. Then we're ready to export it. So then click export. And it'll go quick. It might not go so quick, depending on what graphics you use. There's a lot of motion graphics with these templates. Some of them, even though they look real simple, could take a little more time to export. All right, and it did it. That wasn't too bad. And then we want to go and put that on that. So if we go to our Finder, go to Documents, go to Video Training, we should see TextFL.mp4, and that's what you want to put on your video page labeled TextFL. All right, very good. This training video is over and out.